Abusia for Michel na mo akwa basonko so emfa emra eye be media GH so abusia IGP Christian Tete yewonu e de ensem bi aba beto abontani na efa eye galamsey ho a e kire se wodi wani e de kire eye akontamines a nsem a omo eto ekwo yina na se eye ade a Chairman Wøntumi de omo ebefre no ekwan bia so ebefre no amana beyi ensem ba kon bia no a e kire se enya asem keto ni na ne se Chairman Wøntumi e de eye na konta mines no e de sei Ghana asase e de sei Ghana ensuo dia ono eye Christian Tete yewonu ontena ho ema eye Chairman Wøntumi ni sa adwuma no abusia na sansem we ade a lawyer Martin Pebu a member of the oral team na ba bontia odeni na the tudwa se see no hwe na ekona na chese allegedly Christian Tete yewonu atumi order for the arrest of Chairman Wøntumi abusia men person kasaba no pese yeko ekokotie ensem ne mu ankyere mu yie pa enfam free lawyer Martin Pebu ho a member of the oral team ono na de sansem we de ba bontia abusia ha be media jesu se enani de deke wani twa channel so a ebe so subscribe like no abo asabo for pensem no bi atie no anya bi atie yentie lawyer Martin Pebu ne nsem o de abatudwa fa galamsey ho a chese omo ekira ekwan bia so de Chairman Wøntumi de omo befre no na chese ensem ba ko mienu bi wo ho a ese oyi ano edefa ne galamsey ho abusia yentie no na sese a yedase.
You know, let me a typical example is saying, how is the Union police people still at post when very close to the police station galamsey happens on the river behind them, when a few meters close to their office chamfans are manufactured close to those places. There are police people who chamfans were found in their houses. Ask yourself, the Minerals and Mining Act or any of the act, did they say that when you're a policeman and you confiscate a chamfan, you take it to your house? No. I can tell you for a fact that the former Eastern Regional Police Commander, when he has operations in some of those places, he does not go with the local police because the local police were compromised. So it is one of the major things that needs to be done is to cure this thing of the complicity or incompetence of police people who are in these theaters of these genocide and ecocide that is happening. They should be transferred and put into places where they will not see any mining activity happening. And if they are found to be culpable, they should be investigated and punished according to law.
I see. Would you support this call for the transfer of these commanders, police commanders in these areas where illegal mining is taking place? Because some will say it's just transfer really may not be a solution to this. Because you are just transferring one person from one place to the other. If the problem is systemic, you would only just transfer another police into a systemic corruption.
Maybe to put it if you want to cure somebody's alcoholic.
No.
You don't change their drinking spot.
What did you say? He said if you want to cure someone's alcoholism, you don't change the drinking spot.
But this is just one of several strategies.
I'm just trying to understand. If that's
it will help. I mean, it will help.
But it's a very good strategy.
What it does, especially, you see, the Union one is one that I've monitored on a number of stations. People journalists keep complaining that about 300 meters away, in plain sight from the police station, there is galamsey ongoing, right? And yet the commander is still there. No, I support the call that he should go. And the other, there should be a reshuffle. You see, when you reshuffle them, one, there is a chance you will get somebody, a new commander who has zero tolerance for galamsey, okay? And then two, even if you don't get such a commander, when you send a new person, the way crime is usually committed, when the new one comes, even if he's minded to aid in the galamsey activities, he will need some time to adjust, to watch his mirrors, to see how to operate. So in that context, because you need that time, at least it will bring some, lull. It will bring some ceasefire within that period. But let's change. And I'm sure the police service is full of men of integrity. Of course, the bad nuts are also there. It's just like every society. Even where you choose them carefully in very noble professions, you still get them. I mean, every profession in this world, you will still find them, right? So I don't think that the transfer of the police commanders it's not useful. In actual fact, it will be very beneficial. At least it scatters not just them, and also the men under them who have gotten accustomed to the galamseyers. So it should be wholesale transfer. If you transfer the commander alone and leave the very men, often the commander doesn't go to aid. It's the boys they send. The boys who go, then aid them, then do sales, then they come and account to the commander. So if you just send only the commanders away and leave the men who go to aid, then you haven't done much, because when the new commander comes, all he has to do is just sit in the office, and these same boys will go and come. You know, often those monies, one man no chop from their operations. Yeah, one man no chop. There is no way you constable or corporal or what, you go to a galamsey side, go and take money, and then come and wax lyrically. No. No, one man no chop. There's a way. Even when we're younger, you know, they used to have a way. Hey, I haven't greeted IGP Yonu. Yeah, the new sheriff in town. IG, good morning. But this joke is not with respect of yours. We hope that your leadership will be out of this world. We are hoping that everything your predecessor couldn't do, you will do, and especially our Chairman Wøntumi matter, the Akunta mining one. You know, Engineer Ken Ashigbe, who is on the show with us, myself, Kwame Saponsedu, and Adam Senanu, we presented a petition to the CID against Akunta mining and Chairman Wøntumi, the Ashanti Regional Chairman of the MPP. It's over 2 years now, and the case hasn't gone to court. So IG will be coming to your this office to remind you, you weren't in charge, but now you are in charge. That case has to go. Then we'll go to Attorney General too. But the point I was making is that, you know, when we're younger, we had the monies that police take, etc. There's a sharing formula that it will go up, even to the desk of the IG. I'm sure people have heard this.
Well, it still remains a joke.
Some of these anecdotes, be careful. Yes. They said there's a sharing formula. Yeah, it gets to the top. Don't play with it. So it's to buttress the point that, please, IG, when you are changing the commanders in you name Ayamfuri, and the Sefi area there is bad. Ayamfuri too. Look, it's crazy. Some of my lawyers are telling me that, look, you'll find the NDC galamseyers on one side of the town, the road, and then the MPP people at the other end. Galamsey, plain side, Ayamfuri. It's another spot, or another town, etc. So please, let's give IGU all the support it deserves. And so it should start with the transfers. The transfers are very, very important. And then the cases that are pending, especially, can you imagine if this Chairman Wøntumi matter goes to court? You know the chilling effect it will have. Then it will send a message to the small fishes that, look, even a regional chairman of the MPP is in court. I know JM said it. You know, that was the context in which he once said that when he comes, he will free the galamseyers who have been caught. And then the political spinners took it, the spin doctors took it out of context. Because let's make this last point. He was saying that catch the big fishes, deal with the big fishes, and then the small fishes will fall in place.
In fact, that was actually going to be my message. Because if we're dealing with, I'll come to you, in a bit. We're dealing with, for instance, using the chassis number as a way of tracing the financiers. How far-reaching would that be? Especially when the so-called big men and influential people who are financing this illegality will certainly not put their names on traceable documents. I mean, there's a beneficial ownership concept where these people would have other people's names as the owners of the excavators. So how are you going to identify these people? Are just
good. So what happens is that, one, as you mentioned, beneficial ownership. So the Registrar General, right, brought that new way of registering companies. That yes, the company may be in the name of Darrell, but if I'm the owner, Darrell in registering has an obligation to disclose the true owner, right? Yes. So even if the company is in the name of Mr. X, in the same form, he has to disclose the true owner. But the truth to be told is that our systems are still weak. So it appears, yes, beneficial owner on paper, but in practice, it's more complex. People are dodging, right? But what the engineer should be saying, we actually passed a law that will track these excavators. So whoever it is, whoever's name has been put there, it's a lot of money. So if, let's say, you are the big man, you've bought each excavator, let's say the $200,000 we are using for the purpose of this program. You've bought it and you put it, let's say, in the name of, is it 9 pence? That's 9 pence, right?
Yes.
So if you put it in the name of your cameraman, 9 pence, and 9 pence has, that's Evans. Is that 9 pence or Evans?
That's Evans, actually.
Evans, so cameraman Evans. So if Evans has 10 excavators in his name, so that's $2 million, right? If we cut all the 10 excavators and you won't come out, sure. So it's Evans who will continue dealing with. So all engineer Kenashibe is saying is that, so Evans has his name on the 10 excavators, but Evans is in Accra. And somebody else comes to rent and take, let's say, the excavators to Ayamfuri. So the excavators are caught in Ayamfuri. What we're saying is that, yes, so it will be traced to Evans. If the real owner is still hiding behind Evans, I know there is a way you can investigate and get to the real owner. But even assuming we are not getting to the real owner, at least the fact that we've traced to Evans, it means that we will take Evans on. By the law, we'll take Evans on. So that's not bad. You see, so it's not as if there is no law at all. The law we pass, the LI, to track that when they come in, they will put in the tracker. Yeah, so implement it. So everywhere the excavator is, we will see. Because the tracker having been put on the excavators, and then they can be monitored from Accra. Anywhere we see wherever the excavator is going, we will see. And so we can even immobilize it. So there's a lot of technology. What we are lacking, but at least so far the government says, the minister says they've taken back 7 forests, is the political will. That is where the main problem is. It's not that we lack solutions. We have a lot of solutions. It's just the political will. And so what we need to do is to do what we are doing now, keep pushing the politicians. You see, the minister has been going to the forest. He says they've taken over 7. Except that the 7 he says they've taken, Mr. Amabua, what you should be doing is that I think they should add journalists. Journalists should be embedded in the teams so that independent journalists will come and report. Because when Mr. Amakufibua said that they've recovered 7 of the forest, Erasmus, Asaredonko, who has done a lot of work in this area, he said he would have been happy if the minister had mentioned which forest, because you know he's independently also doing work there. Then he can corroborate or otherwise. Because then in the program he also would to mention that there were some of the forests that as recent as about a week or 2 ago, there were activities there. So when Mr. Amabua, the minister, said they had recovered 7 of the forests, so and based on what Erastus Asaredonko is saying, then we're left wondering, is Mr. Amabua saying that all the 7 were recovered, let's say, in the last 6 days? We didn't get those details. So what we are saying is that it will help in your work, Mr. Amabua, that you embed journalists in the teams, so that the journalists will also capture, of course, independent journalists. You remember in this Galamsey fight, there are some journalists who have aided it. You remember the Mante,
this was captured in the
Professor Frimpong. Yes, so it tells you that when you see evil going on such a mass scale, you find so many different professionals aiding it. This is organized crime. So don't be sad. Of course, just as you find journalists, you find lawyers, you find doctors, you find, for this problem to be on such a mass scale, I tell you, you find different professionals and technocrats helping in this, right? So it's good that all the point I'm making is that, so I was talking about independent journalists who have a track record of being independent and having integrity. So that when they come out and tell us that, yes, I was embedded in this team, the team went to Tanon Imri Forest, and this is what happened, I'm sure then we'll take some comfort in it. But when the politician alone comes to say that, and especially as Erasmus, who has been doing some work, is raising some doubts, then you are like, hey, is this political talk or is real? You say, because, fact, the Galamsey problem is bigger than Amakufibua. The minister, the Galamsey problem is bigger than him. So it takes the whole of our society. So if you are setting up a team and sending only soldiers and police, then it tells you that, no, your team is not complete. The team is not complete. And even there is a way they can even set up so that wherever they are, we will get this, what do you call it, feed, live feed. Yes, whilst they are there. Of course, when I say live feed, it doesn't mean put it on TV, but people will be somewhere monitoring.
I get the intent.
Yes.
So the whole idea is to carry the people along.
Perfect.
So that in every step of the way, it's not so much going to be about what you government officials are saying. It is what we can also see for ourselves. Because, yes, indeed, these 7 forest reserves that have been reclaimed, which forest reserves are those? We know about 4 or 5 of them based on the work of Erasmus and other journalists and my colleagues here, Godwin Asedeba and others, that we know illegal mining is taking place there. But if there's been this retrieval or reclamation, let us know. It helps all of us, does it not?
Okay. So, so once again, I just want to thank my colleagues, my senior brother, Mr. Adam, who is joining us via Zoom, and my able co-panelists and your good self. And first of all, the viewers and listeners here, they listen to this program and watch it religiously.
Indeed.
And
That's why we are number 1.